So I think it's fair to say this that Dana White has favorites, right? He has favorite fighters that maybe he gives, you know, perks to and, has bias with. Because if you think about it, like the rankings don't really make a lot of sense. And sometimes you see things happen in the UFC where you're like, that's interesting. Take Tony Ferguson for instance, or even Leon Edwards. Let's talk about him because he hasn't fought for over a year and he's out of the rankings now, which if you think about it, Jared Cannonier, he hasn't fought for a year and he's like one fight away from a title shot because if he wins this fight then he's going to get a title shot. So it's interesting how things work out, right? And even Tony Ferguson, like I said, like this year was such a roller coaster ride for him. The Khabib fight falling through for like the millionth time, and then having to fight Justin Gaethje, losing to Justin Gaethje. Dustin Poirier, that fight falling through because Dustin Poirier is fighting McGregor. Now he's just he feels like he's just getting scraps with Michael Chandler, which, Michael Chandler is a champ in Bellator, so, he's definitely not like someone that he shouldn't take seriously, but it is like it would be his debut in the UFC. So maybe he feels obviously insulted. He feels like it's unfair. He said that like, why are you treating me like this, like Dana White? And I just like I feel for him because in my opinion, I feel like it would have been better for him to just wait and hold off and just fight Khabib when the time comes, because then obviously he would have been a little bit happier because that's the fight that he wants, And even he said like he's getting older and he's got to fight now. He's got to fight Michael Chandler and then so it's interesting. But let me know in the comments what you think about all of this that's happening to Tony Ferguson because a lot of fighters, they obviously voice their opinions, they make their complaints heard because if you think about like Corey Anderson, he left the UFC. He felt so disrespected that, he wasn't getting the respect and the recognition that he deserved. And, it's really interesting. But let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks.